The 2016 Wheeler Hoops Classic broadcasts are brought to you by Adidas. Impossible is nothing. CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain. Great acts are made of small deeds. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Shot Tracker, bringing elite level analytics to every level of the game.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
All right, welcome back to Wheeler High School for the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic. Jeff Benedict here with you for the afternoon. Game number 3 on tap. To my left, got my partner in crime for at least the first half.
Cameron Stevens.
There we go. Cameron Stevens, Ellie Nada, of course, with us here as well. She's reporting from the sidelines. Hopefully she'll chime in every now and then as well. Looks like Gainesville has won the tip. Game number 3 of 6 here at the Wheeler Basketball Classic. Alley-oop! Nice job there between Jared Rosser as he gets the flush from Xavier Bledson, and that's a great way to start the game here.
Very exciting stuff to start off this first 30 seconds.
It's always nice when you drop a play as a coach and you come out here and execute it. The Lee Generals out of Huntsville, Alabama. This is the 3rd straight weekend they've played here in Atlanta. Lee is lack of term, a powerhouse in the state of Alabama, and they always give a good run no matter who they play here in the state of Georgia. It's going to go out of bounds and will stay Lee basketball. Of course, the Gainesville head coach Benji Wood did not like that call. Gainesville comes in 4-0. I believe they did beat Milton last night, if I'm not mistaken.
They beat Milton. Yep.
There we go. So they start out 4-0. Ball up top for Lee. Over to Powell. Powell around the top to Burnett. Burnett likes a 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound on the floor. It's going to go out of bounds. It will stay Lee basketball.
Good hustle by Bailey Minor.
Bailey Minor actually went off in the game against Milton last night. He had 31 points.
Wow. Kid that can absolutely light it up. Down the lane. Throws it up. It's Kobe Brown back the other direction. Come the Red Elephants. Ball up top. Over to Beck Kelly. Jared Rosser now with it now. Bledsoe to Kelly, back up top to Rosser. Over to Kelly. Kelly on the floor. Nice flip, nice dish off right there to number 21, Bailey Minor. 4-0 now with Gainesville Red Elephants over the Lee Generals. Lee does a nice job of throwing the ball over the top of that full court. Bad shot attempt there as it went right. Back the other way comes the Red Elephants. Home of my guy, Deshaun Watson. I'll probably say that 3 or 4 more times during this broadcast.
Big game tonight.
Yes, sir. Taking on Virginia Tech for the ACC title. Ball off the back of the rim, rebound grabbed by Mason Ellison. He's going to bring the ball up here for Lee. Left side of the court, back up top over to Malik Burnett. Nice little kick out there to Kobe Brown. Brown's going to back it now over to Powell. Powell back to Brown. What can Brown do for you? He's going to put that ball on forward to his right, back to his left. Foul there on the Gainesville Red Elephants. Bailey Minor's going to pick up that foul.
Lee Generals 8-3 overall this year, 1-0 in region play, coming off a W 70-61 non-conference away game last night.
Brown throws it up from the free throw line, off the back of the rim, no good, but he's going to go line to shoot 2. That foul is going to be picked up there by Bailey Minor. I believe that's his first.
Kobe Brown, a 4-star, class of 2019, great distributor of the ball, creates his own shot, has a couple schools of interest. We'll mention that after the free throw.
Rattles around, Kennett gets it to fall. Got one more on tap as his team is down 4-0 here, 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Second attempt here for Brown is up and off the back of the rim. Rebound grabbed by Jared Rosser. He went up to go get that one. Over to Long. Long in the middle, over to Bledson. Blitzing out, nice look down low over to Kelly. Kelly's going to back it out, though, over to Long. Long's going to reset the offense. Now back to Kelly. Kelly back up top, over to Blitzen. Nice ball movement here by the Red Elephants. We're going to get a foul on the block. That one's going to go against Malik Langham, the junior forward there for the Generals. So you were saying about Brown?
Yeah, Brown's got a couple schools of interest. Auburn, Georgia Tech, LSU. Had an unofficial visit in October with Georgia Tech. So maybe we can bring him over from Alabama.
Brown actually has more than 20 D1 offers right now, so he's got a lot of schools offering him at the time.
Mid and high major.
Long with that three-point attempt off the back of the rim. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Generals as Brown bring the ball up the floor. He'll be guarded by Michael Waite. Nice skip ahead up to Burnett. Burnett left hand, left side, up and in. Nice job there by the senior guard. Back the other way come the Red Elephants. Over to Rosser. Rosser's going to lose his dribble. He'll get it over to Kelly. Kelly's not going to set up the offense. Back to Rosser. Rosser up top over to Michael White, who checked in for the Red Elephants. Now over to Kelly. Kelly thought about it. Goes baseline. Going to pick up his dribble. Nice little dish out there to Burnett. Over to White. White for three. And just like that, Gainesville Red Elephants are up 7-2 with 4.5 remaining here in the first quarter. Mason Ellison back up top, over to Burnett. Burnett down the lane, stops, pops. Can't get it to drop. Rebound grab there by White. White's going to get it. Burnett down the other side. Gets the shot blocked. But he's going to go to the line to shoot two. So they're going to call a foul there on number 24, Kobe Brown, his first.
Big physical play, big block by Kobe Brown. See him up above the rim quite often in this game.
Yeah, I think Brown has a great ability to get past defenders and you know, create a chance to get some outside shots.
First free throw attempt here for Jim Burnett is off the front of the rim. He's going to get some mass substitutions here for both teams. We're going to see Ross Timpton check in, Xavier Bledson check back in for the Red Elephants. Tyrese Smith there, the sophomore guard for Lee. For the Generals is going to check in as well. And this free throw is up and good. 8-2, 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter.
This is a young Lee team coming out of Alabama. Promising talent.
They've got an 8th grader on this team.
5'9" guard, Caleb Brown.
Going to get a travel there in the paint. Easy call there. As Brandon Powell had nowhere to go with the ball and took too many steps. Gainesville missing their best players. He broke his foot the other night. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday night, but Ellie Nada's got some more on that.
Yeah, he actually, the game before Milton, it looks like he broke his ankle, so he wasn't in the game last night either, so he's not back. Clearly, it's probably going to be a little bit before it's all healed up where he can get back out on the court. So other players are definitely having to step up and, you know, make sure that they're accomplishing everything they need to without him on the court.
Coming into the game, number 1, Jared Rosser.
Tyrese Smith back up top, over to Brown. Brown deep three, rims out, Long with the rebound. He's going to bring it up the court. He's going to get it up quickly over to Rosser. Jared Rosser. Rosser goes baseline, throws it up, can't get it to go. He's going to go to the line to shoot two. Nice aggressive play there by Jared Rosser, as he's going to go to the line for the first time this afternoon.
Jared and Jarrell Rosser, transfers from Noonan High School. Will have to mesh as newcomers to this young Gainesville squad.
Bailey Minor going to check back in here for the Red Elephants.
Bailey Minor is actually one of the most promising prospects. Hasn't received any offers yet, but has definitely garnered a lot of interest.
Long with the rebound there for the Red Elephants. He's going to throw the ball away back the other direction. Comes Malik Burnett, goes up, comes down. 11-4 now, 3 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Gainesville leads the Lee Generals. Bad pass there by Long. Another turnover. Tyree Smith now coming back the other direction for the Generals. Leads the break. Nice look down low to Barnett. He go up and in. Sorry, that's Marquise Tyner. His first bucket of the game before the Generals. And a nice little 4-0 run here. 11-6 now. Generals find themselves down 5. Stop, pops off the back of the rim. Rebound up in the air. Brown's going to come down with it. Looking the other direction. Right side of the court is Brown. Surveys the floor, picks up his dribble. Nice look down low. Bad pass. Great thought, bad execution. Back the other way comes Red Elephants. Miner down the lane, left hand, left side, up and in.
Great ball distribution by Gainesville coming down the court for that fast break layup.
Back the other direction comes Malik Brown, up top over to Brown. In the middle over to Ellison. Ellison puts the ball on the floor. Right side's going to get stripped. Ball's going to go out of bounds. Official needs help. They say it stays on this side of the floor. It'll remain Lee basketball.
Into the game, Michael White, 6'4" senior guard for Gainesville.
Brown's going to check the ball in here for Lee. Gets it in over to Barnett. Barnett up top over to Smith. Smith puts the ball on the floor to his right. He's going to lose the ball up in the air. Ball's going to be on the floor. Ellison's going to come down with it. Right hand's going to get a shot blocked. Nice job there by Bailey to block the shot. Another tough defensive move there by Bailey. Altered that shot. Back come the Red Elephants the other direction. Xavier Bledson with the ball over to Bailey. Bailey down low, right hand, right side, up and in. Nice job there by the big man to run the floor. 15-6 now. Gainesville finds themselves up 9 with 1:40 remaining here in the first quarter. Tyree Smith now for the Generals. He's going to be picked up defensively there by Michael White. Puts the ball on the floor to his left. He's going to get stripped, but they're going to call a foul out in the open court there on Michael White.
Ross Tipton into the game for Gainesville, as well as Diamante Douglas for the Lee Generals.
Ross Tipton is actually one of the only seniors featured on the team. So it's a young team coming up.
Back the other direction comes Diamante Douglas for the Generals. Hands it off over to Tyner. Tyner to Burnett. Burnett deep three off the front of the rim. Rebound up in the air. Gainesville's going to come down with it. We're going to get a loose ball foul on Brown. And we're going to go back the other direction, as that's only going to be the 14th foul on the Generals here in the first quarter.
Jarrell Rosser back into the game for Gainesville.
You're going to get it over to Rosser, back over to White. White up to Kelly. In the middle over to Miner. Miner back out to Kelly. Now over to White. White to Rosser. Nice spacing here by Gainesville. Look down low to Bailey. They try to force it. Generals come back the other direction. They're going to turn it right back around as Michael White's going to come up with it. No, he's not. He actually loses it over to Burnett. Burnett goes up, gets a shot blocked by Rosser, but they're going to call a foul. And it looks like Burnett's going to go to the line to shoot too.
A lot of back and forth, a lot of loose ball, fast breaks.
Fairly entertaining first quarter.
I would say so.
Burnett's first free throw attempt is up and good. True hoopers know they always have to get better at their craft. Download the Assistant Basketball Coach app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help improve your game. Follow on Instagram at @coach_ABC. Burnett with the second free throw attempt here, trying to get his team to within 7. And he does just that. 15-8 now, 57 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. They get the ball in over Long. Long over to White. White skip ahead, up to Rosser. Rosser goes in. Tough move. He'll go to the line to shoot two. Love the fact that Gainesville is attacking the rim today. They're not settling for anything. And they're getting a lot of their points in the paint here in the first quarter.
I think they see maybe, if anything, a little size advantage, or just they're gonna attack the rim and do what they can. Into the game for Michael White, number 10, Jim Barnett, a 6'1" junior.
And as good as they've looked here, again, we mentioned earlier that KJ Buffin, the guard for the Red Elephants, is out with a broken ankle. Never like to see that happen, and it's tough when he by far is the Red Elephants' best player. But they look to be okay without him so far here in the first quarter. Back the other direction comes Smith. To his right, nice look down low. Tried to force it. Rawson comes up with it over to Kelly. Kelly back to Rawson. Rawson looks like he's going to gather himself. Easy call there. Nice job by Brown to set up for the charge. That's not Brown, I'm sorry, that's Tyner. Tyner sends up for the charge. Easy call there for the officials. You'd like to see Rosser there try to Euro step around that, as he had plenty of time. Instead, he lowered his shoulder and tried to take on the hit. Georgia probably could have used that last weekend against Tech. Coming back the other direction is the Lee Generals.
Maybe a little jab towards Ellie over there.
just a little bit.
Choosing to ignore that.
Austin Long back the other direction. Gets it up quickly over to Burnett. Up and in, right hand, right side for Jim Burnett. 17-8 now, 8 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Smith comes back the other direction for the Generals. Up over to Tyner. Tyner, scoop shot. And we're going to get an offensive foul here. This one's going to go back the other direction with 0.6 seconds remaining. So barring some miracle quick shot, the end of the first quarter is going to be 17-8. The Red Elephants over the visiting Lee Generals, and that Gainesville's just going to run it out. So yes, after one, 17-8, Gainesville up over Lee. Great start here for the Red Elephants, and exactly what coach wants. Without their best player, again, KJ Buffin out. When we come back live from Wheeler High School, it's the 2016 Wheeler Classic Basketball Classic right here on SUVtv.
Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict, Cameron Stevens, Ellie Nada here with you on SUVtv. We got game number 3 on tap here between the visiting Lee Generals out of Huntsville, Alabama, and the Gainesville Red Elephants, obviously out of Gainesville, Georgia, home of Deshaun Watson. As Lee John told you, I'm going to get that in at least once a quarter. Y'all are going to hate me by the end of this broadcast. We're going to have to take a quick timeout here as Lee could not get the ball in. For whatever reason, nobody was coming to try to get the basketball, so Lee's got to take a quick timeout here to start the second quarter, and it's probably not the way as a coach you want to start the quarter.
There must have been a little confusion there, is what I assume.
I think head coach Greg Brown going to talk to his guys, trying to get them composed and heads on right and see if they can muster up a play to get Lee back in this game.
We're at the new Wheeler High School here in Marietta, Georgia, right there off of Hunts Road. Beautiful new gym. It's kind of weird seeing them be Adidas as they've been Nike forever. This was a Nike event up until recently. Obviously, it's an Adidas event now, and you've got Adidas giveaways, you've got basketball. Like, they've got everything that you could think of, and it's a high school gym. Absolutely beautiful facility, and couldn't be happier for Wheeler, who's been a basketball powerhouse here in the state of Georgia for almost 2 decades now.
Great things going on here at Wheeler High School this past decade.
Lee with some nice ball moving around the arc, shot off the back of the rim, rebound up in the air. Kelly's going to come down with it. Kelly looks up quickly over to Bledson. Bledson straight down, throws it up for an alley-oop. It's going to get blocked. Great thought, bad execution. Back the other way comes the Generals. They'll get it over to Burnett. Malik Burnett with the basketball now. Tried to feed it down low. Minor read that all the way. He hands it over to Kelly. Kelly coming back the other direction. Hands it down the middle over to Bledson. Bledson back out top to Minor. Minor way short on that 3-ball attempt. Smith is going to come up with it. He's going to get hip checked, and we're going to get a foul here on Gainesville, 94 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, Minor was short on that attempt, but he is a great defender. There's several times he's brought the ball back to the other side of the court here already.
Very good point. He's been very active hands on the other side of the glass. Very good rebounder as well.
Again, continuing on with the first quarter, fast-paced, fast breaks. Great start to this second quarter.
We got another good one for you coming up right after this one. We've got Westlake taking on Southwest Atlanta Christian. Of course, we will carry that live for you right here on SUVtv. Minor back the other direction, goes baseline, looks to spin out of it, spins it into 3 people, able to get it out quickly over to Blitzen. Bletson face goes down the left-hand side of the lane. Nice over to Minor. We're going to get an offensive foul. As we're going to call a charge, we're going to say Tyner drew the charge, and it'll go back to the Generals. And yes, that one is going to go against Xavier Bledson.
Especially if Lee can't take advantage.
Lee able to get the ball in, they get it over to Smith. Smith will be picked up by Long defensively as they come 94 feet off the floor.
Great defense by number 12, Austin Long.
Ball's going to go through Burnett's hands. Able to pick it up. Now back, nice move down low to Tyner. Tyner up and in, right hand, left side. 17-10, 6:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Over to Long. Long back the other direction. Up top over to Bledson. Bledson's very, very active so far here the first couple minutes of the second quarter. Now over to Kelly. Kelly back up top over to Barnett. Now over to Long. Long down low to Minor. Minor in the paint, turns, spins, left hand, can't get it to fall. Rebound's going to be grabbed by the Generals and they get over to Smith as he's going to bring the ball up the floor here for the Generals. Nice defense up top. Able to get over to Burnett. Burnett up and in, count it.
That double team by Gainesville at the top of the point allowed the block to open up, and easy layup transition for Lee.
Burnett actually signed to Troy University. Brings a lot of energy to the team. I can see it. He's just all over the place, but brings a lot of positive energy that I think really helps them.
Tough move there by Xavier Bledson. Tough move down the lane. Right hand, right side, able to finish 19-12. As the Lee Generals come back, Smith the other direction. He's going to be chased out from behind. Ball on the floor. Over to Burnett. Burnett, nice move down the left side of the lane. Left hand, left side, up and in. Nice job there by Malik Burnett, who's been very active here in the first half for the Generals.
He made that look easy.
He did make that look easy. Long coming back the other direction. He'll be picked up defensively there by Tyree Smith. Goes to his left, back behind it to his right. Over to Minor. Minor not looking with his head up, able to get it over to Barnett. We're going to get a travel call here. There's a mistake on the handoff over to Xavier Bledson. And we're going to get some substitutes here with 5:12 remaining here in the first half.
Ross Tipton in for Gainesville. And as we've mentioned, Malik Burnett, a 6'2 senior guard. He's a 4-year starter. You'll hear his name frequently throughout this game. Big playmaker.
Tyner with the basketball over to Burnett. Burnett surveying the floor. Going to be picked up by Long. Down low over to Tyner. Tyner trying to back down the smaller guard. Kelly gets it back out to Smith. Smith deep three up and in. Big time shot there for Tyree Smith. 19-17. Gainesville's lead has absolutely evaporated. 4:47 remaining here in the first half. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stay here for just a minute. This is a great job by Lee to get back into this ball game, as it looked like Gainesville was going to pull away with it. Some great defensive stops and execution on the offensive end have gotten Lee right back into this ball game.
Yeah, Lee's really hanging in there. I didn't think that it would be 2 points away, and I guess I can't read that.
You can't read what?
4:47 left in the quarter.
19-17,
Yeah,
4:47 remaining in the first half.
Let's see as Lee breaks out of the huddle.
It's going to be Gainesville basketball. It's going to be inbounded there by Michael White. Looking for Long, gets it over to him. Back over to White. White got Kelly on his left, his right, got Long on his left. Over to Minor in the middle, back out to Long. Long stops, pops off the front of the rim, rebound up. Burnett's going to come up with it. He's going to get it over to Smith.
Lee slows things down. Tyree Smith brings the ball across half court.
Be picked up defensively by Long. It looks like Gainesville's actually gone into a 2-3 zone here. In the middle is Malik Burnett. Kicks it back outside to Smith. Smith for another, looking for his back-to-back three. Can't get that to fall. Ball up in the air. It's going to go out of bounds. And they're going to say it's going to go back to Gainesville as they're up to 19-17. 4 minutes, 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Wishful thinking. That was a long, deep three.
I mean, it hit the first one, so.
Yeah, why not? Back over to Long. Long puts the ball on the floor to his right. He'll be picked up by Smith. Now over to Kelly. Kelly over to White. White looking, puts the ball on the floor to his left. Over to Minor. Baseline jumper, 12 feet. Rattles around and in. Nice shot there by the big man, who's been pretty quiet offensively, but has been a force on the defensive side. coming back the other direction is Tyree Smith. Looks over to Coach Brown to get his instructions.
Coach Brown has a 14-year tenure with Lee and has won a state title back in 2009, 2010.
Down the middle is Burnett, kicks that back out. White's going to tip it out of bounds, but it will stay Lee basketball. The Generals defend themselves down 4, 21-17, 3:30 remaining here in the first half.
It's great defensive hustle by Gainesville. A lot of communication down low between the two big guys. Let's see if they can turn this ball over. Ooh.
Burnett able to come up with it, goes down right hand, right side, ball on the floor. Rawson's going to come up with it, and it's going to be a jump ball. They have no idea. They're just going to give it to Gainesville. Literally, both officials looked at each other and just shrugged, so they just picked one. Apparently, they liked the black uniforms better than the white ones.
I don't blame them.
Head coach Benji Wood looks to seem as confused as anybody else.
Yes, I'll take Jordan over whatever the other brand is anyway. I'm a brand snob. What can I say?
Nike everything.
Nike or Jordan. Although I sit here wearing a Reebok pullover. Don't judge me. Minor up and in, nice fake in the paint, 22-17, 3 minutes remaining.
Great ball movement by Gainesville to get that ball to Minor in the key and puts that one home.
Malik Burnett with the ball up top, gonna get it over to Smith. Smith back up top to Ellison, Ellison back to Smith. Little two-man game here going. Watch Gainesville on defense. They do a lot of talking, which is absolutely impressive. Most teams don't talk at all. They don't shut up, which is, as a basketball coach, you absolutely love that guys are communicating like that. Deep three, corner pocket, nothing but air. Minor comes up with it over to Long. Long got away with shuffling his feet a little bit. Tries to feed it up quickly over to Tipton. Tipton's travel, that's an easy call there. As he bunny stepped and euroed, and it all didn't look very good.
I think the reason Gainesville, the reason they talk to each other so much on the court is because most of these guys have been playing basketball together since middle school. You know, so they have that chemistry, they've built that, and, you know, they have that relationship to where they know how to work together on the court.
That's a very good observation there, and I don't think people realize how much that helps, especially as you get older and you've been able to play with the same guys for years, and the rapport that it builds with your team. Burnett down the middle, stops, pops, drops from about 12 feet out. 23-19 now. Generals find themselves down 4. 2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Great first half, action-packed. Officials have done a nice job of staying out of it as they get it over to Rosser. Rosser back up top over to White. White in the corner over to Minor. Minor thought about it, gets it back over to White. Tries to go back door. It's going to be knocked around. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay Gainesville basketball.
The first we've seen from the Lee Generals, applying a little half-court pressure. Gainesville easily able to contend that and get the ball down low.
Getting into Minor. Minor works around the paint, kick out to Long. Long thought about it and said he's going to pull it back out. Now over to Jared Rosser. Rosser back over to Long. Long back to Rosser. Rosser out to Kelly. Kelly pops it off the back of the rim. Rebound Long. Minor comes down with it. Now over to Long. Long's going to pull it back out, reset the offense with just over 90 seconds remaining here in the first half. Over to Rosser, now to Long. Long looking for White, can't find him, back out top to Rosser. Rosser over to White. White takes a three off the back of the rim, rebound up in the air. It's going to come down to Lee. Lee up quickly over to Powell. Powell force feeds it over to Burnett. Nice fake up, gets a shot blocked by White from behind. Great job there by the forward for Gainesville. He gets over to Long. Long puts the ball on the floor, and it's going to be a kicked ball, and they're going to say it goes back to Lee. Great defensive effort by White on the other side.
Yep, too bad Gainesville couldn't take advantage of that turnover. Ball back with Lee and slowly taking the ball up court.
With about a minute left in the second period, score being 23-19, I mean, Gainesville doesn't have that much of a lead. It's a game, and I'm surprised to see. I thought they would have had quite a bit of a larger lead by now.
Gainesville missing KJ Buffin as well as Kwan Hale. Both those two guys are out for this game, so they're missing two of their top players, and yet they're still giving the Generals out of Lee, out of Huntsville, Alabama, a run for their money. As you see Minor with the basketball now, he's going to get over to White. White back to Minor, nice little give and go, up and in. Great execution there by the Red Elephants to extend that lead back out to 3 with just under 30 seconds remaining here in the first half.
Michael White to Bailey Minor, great connection, top of the key. Little pick and roll, beautiful little motion.
Douglas with the basketball, surveys the floor, now over to Burnett. Burnett's going to back it back, 10 seconds remaining on the clock. Burnett's going to go down, he's going to throw it out, he's going to throw it away. Kelly comes up with it. Final 7 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Kelly throws it out, throws it to nobody. Long gets it with 2 seconds left, he's got to put it up. And he gets it off at the buzzer, off the back of the rim, no good. Not pretty, but nonetheless effective. 25-22 at halftime, Gainesville up over Lee. And we're going to take this break with them. When we come back, we'll bring you second half action live right here from Wheeler High School, the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, sponsored by Adidas here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
The 2016 Wheeler Hoops Classic broadcasts are brought to you by Adidas. Impossible is nothing. CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. D-Chain. Great acts are made of small deeds. Assistant Basketball Coach app, your #1 database for drills, plays, and coaching insight. And Shot Tracker, bringing elite level analytics to every level of the game.
What if I gave you what you wanted? You know, stop being creative. What if I lost my swag? Just did the usual, the expected, the normal. What if we had no style?
That's not fun.
What if we didn't drop any heat? Gave you nothing to collect?
Come on, Harry.
What if I was all defense, no offense? You want me to put my game in the box? Boring. So if we send the Euro step back to Europe?
Breaking niggas, leave them calling. Balling like I'm James.
What if I gave them nothing to rap about?
Who am I balling like?
What if we did this? What if we did that? What if we kept the basics? Basics. It's the same old, same old, same old. What if we all stopped being creative? You really want that? Didn't think so.
Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no game with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. Can't play no games with these. I swear. Can't play no games with these.
Don't play their game, play it better. Get your head strong, attack distraction. You think this looks easy? You kidding me? Left, right, step back, shoot, all net. You kill dreams, dream killer. Focus is your weapon. They'll forget you. I'll make sure they never forget. Find focus.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do. But here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game. When it's tight, when everything is going well, you hit shots, but it gets to a certain point, where it's the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball. Say for everybody.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School. Jeff Benedict, Cameron
Cam-
Stevens here. The 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic. We're going to go out to Danielle on the sidelines right now. She's going to give us a report.
Yes, and I was able to catch up with both coaches at the half. And on Gainesville's side, Coach Wood said that he disliked the first half because 3 of his starters were on the bench in foul trouble. And he thought that his team got out to a good start, but then they lost focus. And on Lee's side, he would like his team to just get their feet under them. He said they played a game last night and had to drive 5 hours to get here today. And the first half, he was just liking his team to get back in the swing of things. So right here, right now, he's looking for his team to be settled and come out with a little more intensity. Kick it back to you guys.
Danielle, thank you for that update. As we get ready to start the second half here, Malik Burnett.
Top of the key, Malik Burnett, Austin Long.
Back up top is Burnett. Over to Douglas. Douglas picked up defensively by Bledson. Now over to Burnett in the middle. I'm sorry, that's Ellison in the middle. Out to the wing, over to Powell. Powell back up top to Burnett. Nice defense here to start the second half by the Gainesville Red Elephants. Ellison pushes off, got away with it. Now over to Douglas. Douglas is going to bring it back out and reset the offense. Gainesville doing a nice job on defense, not giving away whatever play that they wanted to run. They've now back on like option D at this point. Ellison with the pick. Douglas picked up his dribble. Back up top to Burnett. Kelly got away with a couple fouls there. Over to Douglas, picked up by Rawson.
Gainesville has abandoned that 2-3 zone, gone to a man-to-man. Seems to be putting a lot more pressure on this Lee offense to find a shot. Currently stayed outside of.
Ellison goes baseline, throws it away. It's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to stay Lee basketball.
Great defense by Gainesville. It's brought over a minute off the clock.
Into Ellison, over to Douglas. Douglas is going to dribble through, double team down the lane. Nice block there by Minor, coming back the other direction of the Red Elephants. Over to Bledson. Bledson up to Kelly. Kelly back on top to Bledson. Bledson thought about it, stops, pops off the front of the rim. Rosser comes through, can't get it to fall. Kelly's going to come down with it for the Red Elephants. Skip pass over the top, over to Bledson. Bledson deep three. This one off the rim as well. Kelly fight for it over to Rawson. Back to Kelly, goes baseline. Kicks it out over. Bledson thought about it for a 3. Instead he stops, pops, drops from, can't get it to pop. And now the other way comes Lee. Back. Nice job by Long there on the defensive side. As it's going to be a turnover there for Ellison, who lost complete control of it. Great defense.
All coming out with energy in this half. I feel like they're really, their defense is really on it, especially Gainesville. Really on that defense this quarter.
Yes, very, very true.
Bledson, although 0 for 3 for that possession. Strong body and can score effectively, so I imagine he will keep shooting, getting to the rim, and creating opportunities for himself and his teammates.
Nice backdoor look to Rawson, up and in. Great throw there by Xavier Bledson, found Rawson for the flush. 27-22 as the crowd picks up energy, picks up just a little bit after that alley-oop. The second one here of the ball game for the Red Elephants. Great defense here by Gainesville. Up top over to Douglas, Douglas over to Burnett. Burnett picked up by Bledson, goes right around him, left side, right hand, right side, up and in. Nice job there, nice take by Burnett. Back the other way comes Gainesville. Bledson with the basketball, he'll be picked up defensively. Cornered by Minor off the front of the rim, rebound grabbed. Coming back the other direction is Powell.
I know we've been talking about Gainesville's defense, but Lee's defense too, especially Burnett. I know he's in it just about every play.
Haven't really heard much from Brown lately. Kobe Brown, the 4-star there for the Generals, has been very quiet since the first quarter. I'm almost wondering if he got hurt because we haven't seen him.
You're right. You're right. Now that you mention that, where is Kobe Brown?
Maybe noted he might be in foul trouble. I didn't see any indications of a injury. Mason Ellison, good with the second free throw.
And just like that, it's 27-26. Lee back into this ball game. Gainesville up 1. Over to Kelly. Kelly skip packs it over to Rawson. Rawson's going to survey the floor. He's going to back it out now. Back up top to Kelly. Kelly's looking for a pick. Instead puts the ball on the floor to his right. Back up top over to White. Good ball movement here by the Elephants. White deep three off the front of the rim. Rebound on the floor. Lee's going to come up with it. Burnett's going to come up with it. Great play by Burnett. And it's going to be Lee basketball.
Lee using what appeared to be the box and one on defense, applying pressure outside of the arc. Great way to keep this Gainesville team outside.
I think it would be a little different score right now if Buffin and Hale were here.
Oh, no question.
Out on the court. And I think that's why Lee actually has a shot at this game.
I agree with you. The Red Elephants missing KJ Buffin, who's out with a broken ankle, as well as K1 Hale, who's just coach's decision not to play. We weren't given any reason why. As you see Douglas now with the basketball, he gets it over to Powell, back up top to Douglas. Screen there by Ellison to the right. Over to Burnett. Burnett's going to be picked up by Bledson. Xavier Bledson's had a great game, so is back and forth between those two. Kelly's going to come down with it. Other way comes Red Elephants, leading the 2-on-2. Floater can't get it, gets his own rebound. Somehow he finds Miner, the wraparound up and in. Nice find there by Kelly down on the low block. Miner to finish now, 29-26, under 4 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Burnett coming back now, a little bit of pressure here by the Red Elephants. Over to Douglas. Douglas picks up his dribble for some reason, puts the ball on the floor. Over to Powell. Powell's going to throw the ball away, and it's going to go back to being Gainesville basketball.
Without Buffin and Hale, it's really Miner that's carrying the Elephants this game and the game against St. Pius and Milton. So he's really having an opportunity to really show out these last few games without those two key players.
It's been Bledson on the offensive side and definitely Miner on the defensive side, as he's been a force in this game. Been really impressed with the way he plays. Bledson picks it up, looks down low to Miner. Miner, ball on the floor as he lost it. It's going to go into the corner. We can't see what's going on, and it's going to go back to Leeds. They say it went out of bounds. Turnover, Gainesville.
Gotta love to see the big guy running the floor, creating his own shots. See number 11, Ross Tipton, into the game for Gainesville.
He's going to check in for Bailey Miner. Smith with the basketball, just checked in for Lee. Be checked by Kelly. Stripped by Kelly, ball on the floor. Smith able to come up with it. As he's going to race up the court now, just to avoid the 10-second count. Backs it out now over to Douglas. Douglas thought about it, steps inside the three-point line. Count the basket and one.
Great shot.
Diamante Douglas will go to the line. Is he inside the arc on that one?
He was absolutely inside that arc. Both feet were inside the black line.
Definitely inside the arc, but still a great shot.
We're going to see Bailey Miner check back in here for the Red Elephants momentarily. And Douglas is able to complete the three-point play. Into Xavier Bledson, back over to Rawson. Now to Kelly. Kelly back to Rawson. Back over to Kelly. Two-man game here in the backcourt. Over to Rawson. Across the hat. He's going to lose the ball. Out of bounds. They're going to stay Red Elephants basketball. 29-29, 3 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Lee has kind of found their second stride here in the half. Come out here in the third quarter on fire.
Lee bringing the half-court pressure, causing these front-court pressure. Gainesville trying to get the ball down to their end.
Great ball moving around the perimeter. Is then, as soon as I say that, White with the turn, Kelly with the turnover back the other direction comes Malik Burnett.
That was great defense by Lee.
Ross's going to throw the ball in for Gainesville. Looks for Kelly, can't find him. Instead gets over to Miner. Miner back over to Rawson. Now up top over to Kelly. Kelly's going to reset now over to White. White look in the middle as Bailey Miner flashes. Can't find him. Nice job there by the Generals. Deep three by White off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to come down to Smith. He's going to race out, lead the 2-on-1. Pulls up from the free throw line, right side up and in. Nice job there by Tyrese Smith. And just like that, Lee Generals have taken the first lead of the ball game. There's another turnover. Malik Burnett now 1-on-2. As he's going to pull back out, wait for everybody to kind of reset. Now down low over to Tyner. Tyner thought about a scoop shot, blocked by Miner. Sorry, that's not Miner. That was blocked by Tipton. Douglas step back three off the back of the rim. Smith with the rebound. Decided there was too many tall trees in the middle of that. Pulls it back out. Now he's going to reset the offense. Kelly is going to check him deep. Brent Kelly's going to check him defensively.
The 5'9" Smith definitely outdone trying to find his way through the post.
Diamante Douglas now checked over by Kelly. Now back up top to Tyrese Smith. Smith is going to back it out. He'd be picked up by the much larger Jared Rawson. Goes right around him. Nice little stutter step in the middle. Up off the front of the rim. Rebound's going to come down, though, to Douglas. Lee's done a much better job of hitting the boards here in the second half than they did in the first half, and obviously much better than Gainesville has, as they've controlled just about every rebound on both sides of the basket.
It's about their 4th rebound that they've got. They're staying on their side of the court.
Douglas with the ball. He's going to back it out. He'd be picked up by Bailey Minor. Picks up his dribble. He's going to get it right back to him. Looking for Burnett. Can't find him. He's going to put the ball on the floor. He's going to go right around Minor. Nice job there by Kelly to cut him off. Goes right around him again. Goes baseline. Flips it back out top to Burnett. Burnett thought about it. Instead, he stops, pops, and drops. Big time shot there by Malik Burnett. And he extends that lead out to 5. We're going to get a timeout here taken by Gainesville. It's going to be a 30-second timeout. What a run here by the Generals to start the third quarter. By the start, it's already over. If they've done a great job of getting out, and the officials done a great job of letting them play.
Absolutely. We saw that in the first couple of games. It seemed like the referees had slowed down the game quite significantly, and this game, letting these boys play, letting them play on the fast breaks. No chippiness, so it's clean. It's a great game to watch. Good atmosphere.
Well, Lee was clearly the predicted underdog for this game, and they're definitely showing out. Regardless of the 2 players missing on Gainesville's team, I think Lee's showing really great things on the court.
34-29, 53 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. The Lee Generals out of Huntsville, Alabama are up over the Gainesville Red Elephants, home of Deshaun Watson. Had to get that shot out in.
That's number 3.
It is. Told you, once a quarter. Y'all thought I was playing. They're going to get the ball in over to Bailey Minor. Now up top to Kyle Long. Austin Long. Sorry, Kyle plays in the NFL. Over to Bledson. Bledson now over to White. White picks up his dribble, looking down low to Minor. Minor on the baseline. Surveys the floor, spins baseline. Nice job there by the Generals to cut him off. We're going to get a foul call. And he wasn't shooting, it should be on the floor. No, they're going to say he was shooting. Because they're not in the bonus.
Did not appear to be the case.
At all.
Maybe could have sworn that his feet were on the floor, but.
Ball doesn't lie as Minor misses the first one off the back of the rim.
Lee definitely applying the pressure.
Coach Benji Wood brings in Brent Kelly for Michael White on the Gainesville side.
Diamante Douglas is going to go have a seat after a well-executed third quarter there for the bench player, as we're going to see Jim Barnett check back in here momentarily for the Red Elephants. This attempt is around and in. We're going to get, he's going to actually come in for Bailey Minor. Minor's going to get a rest here the final 35 seconds of the third quarter. The Generals get it in over to Barnett. Burnett has had one heck of a game here today for the Lee Generals.
Lee able to break that full court pressure with ease as Barnett brings that ball in.
Burnett goes, throws it up. We're going to get a block, and he's going to go line to shoot 2.
A heavy collision, and that appears to be Ross Tipton on the floor. Hopefully he's okay. Thumbs up.
And just like that, we're going to see Bailey Minor come right back in, assumably for Tipton. Even though he gave the thumbs up, you can see he's in pain over there on the lower block.
Big contact for basketball. These guys really want to stay on the floor, but I think head coach Benji Wood wants to make sure his players are all right.
Up and in.
Looks like we've got Michael White checking in for Gainesville as well.
White's going to come in for Jim Barnett. Barnett literally just went back in the game about 10 seconds ago. It's a little too early, though, to be going offense for defense, so he must not like the way he executed something on that one as Gainesville finds themselves down 5, 35-30. Make that 36-30 now, 22 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. We're going to get another substitution. I have no idea who this kid is because, well, he's not on the roster.
He is not on the roster. Could this be our 8th grade sensation?
Could be.
5'6", maybe, profile.
You know what's been most impressive about this third quarter here for Lee is they've done it without Kobe Brown.
Absolutely. Kobe Brown brings a
big time shot there by Xavier Bledson, his first points of the third quarter. And just like that, 36-33 here at the end of 3. When we come back, the fourth and final quarter from game number 3 here at the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, Wheeler High School, SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
What if I gave you what you wanted? You know, stop being creative. What if I lost my swag? Just did the usual, the expected, the normal. What if we had no style?
That's not fun.
What if we didn't drop any heat? Gave you nothing to collect?
Come on, Harry.
What if I was all defense, no offense? You want me to put my game in the box? Boring. So if we send the Euro step back to Europe?
Breaking ankles, leave them calling. Whoa. Balling like I'm James. Yeah.
What if I gave them nothing to rap about?
Who am I balling like?
What if we did this? What if we did that? What if we kept the basics? Basics. The same old, same old, same old. What if we all stopped being creative? You really want that? Didn't think so.
Welcome back to Wheeler High School, Marietta, Georgia for the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, SUVtv. Jeff Benedict, Cameron Stevens, Eli Nada. We're bringing you the fourth and final quarter here of game number 3 between the Gainesville Red Elephants, home of Deshaun Watson, as well as the Lee Generals out of Huntsville, Alabama. That was my 4th one. Had to get that in every quarter, and I did. Proud of myself. Coming back the other way is Austin Long, no relation to Kyle. Back over to Kelly. Kelly back out top to Blitzen, thought about it, puts it on the floor to his right, picks it up, down the corner over to Kelly. Skip pass over to Long. Long open 3 off the front of the rim. Rebound on the floor, and it looks like Lee's going to come up with it, and they do. Back the other direction. Comes Brandon Powell. Powell's going to pull it back out after momentarily losing it. Now over to Smith. Kelly, nice job on the floor. He's going to try to come up with it. We're going to get bodies all over the floor.
Great hustle by Brent Kelly to dive after that ball.
Like Drowning Pool said, let bodies hit the floor as the Lee Generals come up with a timeout. Not really sure how they got it. I didn't think anybody actually had possession of the ball. But nonetheless, they give it to Lee, 38-33, 6:57 remaining here in the 4th quarter. The crowd's starting to funnel in just a little bit. A lot more people here than there was game 1 when there was like 6 people.
Absolutely, absolutely. The atmosphere is starting to build. Get a sense that these games are getting a little more important.
A little bit better fan bases. You know, parents want to come out, aunt, uncle want to come out, holiday season.
I assume it's mostly Gainesville fans at this point since Lee's so far away, that 5-hour drive.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm making that.
Me either.
Even if it is my son.
Gainesville back out
Pushing
here
it.
with their starting lineup.
They're going to get the ball into Tyree Smith. Smith kind of looks around. He'll be picked up defensively eventually by Brent Kelly. Sorry, that's Michael White. Couldn't see the number. All I saw was a single digit. Now over to Malik Langham. Langham was the starter, didn't play much in the first half though, didn't play much in the 3rd quarter either. Over to Marquise Tyner. Tyner now over to Smith. Very impressed with the way that that Lee has looked without their best player in Kobe Brown, who didn't play much of the 2nd quarter either. He's been out for 2 of the 3 quarters we played. Floater in the middle, nice job there by Tyree Smith from about 8 feet away. Very impressed with the young sophomore point guard. Nice look down low to Bailey Minor. Nice job there, assist there from Xavier Bledson.
Minor was wide open under the glass.
Bledson very vocal and getting his team back in this. He's ready to play.
Tells his team to D up. As they're down 5, 40-35. Smith over to Langham. Langham back up top to Smith. Smith will be picked up there by White. He looks over to his coach.
Head coach Greg Brown relaying plays.
Terrible shot. Scoop shot up and in. Nice job there by the youngster. I can only assume that we're going to call him Caleb Brown, just because. And if it's wrong, my bad. Blitzen deep 3, can't get it to fall. Rebound is going to come down to Powell, who got away with a travel. He's going to get over to Smith.
Gainesville's going to have to step it up here if they want to keep their win streak, honestly, because Lee's got this lead right now, and they're not holding back at all.
Brown with the basketball. He's going to be picked up there by Bledson. Now in the corner, over to Smith. Smith in no man's land. He steps out of bounds. Bailey Minor had come up with it anyway. It's going to be Gainesville basketball. So we're going to see Malik Burnett check back in the ball game for Lee. And here comes Tipton as well. As we're going to see Rawson sit. We're going to get a full timeout with 4:55 remaining here in the first half. We're going to take it with them. 42-35. Lee over Gainesville here at SUVtv.
Can't play no game with it. Can't play no games with it. Can't play no games with it. Can't play no games with it. I swear. Can't play no games with it. Can't play no game with it. Can't play no games with it. Can't play no games with it. Can't play no games with it. I swear. Can't play no games with it.
Back here again with SUVtv, Wheeler Hoops Classic.
Camera receivers, Jeff Benedict, Ellie Nada. This is game number 3 between Gainesville and Lee. If you haven't already done so, make sure you go to SUVTV's YouTube page and check out the fantastic documentary that they did on Miller Grove. Shout out to Marcus and Lisa Burnett, who did a fantastic job. And I'm not just saying that because I'm in it. I'm saying it because it was a great documentary.
But you played a big part.
I did not play a big part. I was in it for like 10 seconds. But, again, I was happy to do it, and they did a phenomenal job with it. I've watched it like twice. And it's about Miller girls regaining winning their 7th state title in 8 years last year as they beat Allatoona in the state finals in what was a classic game between the two heavyweights. Allatoona coming in this year, and I know we won't see them, they actually played Lee not too long ago. Allatoona had 2 losses coming into this year the last 2 years. Both of them were in the state title games.
Unbelievable job done there by Miller Grove.
Charmaine White now over at Georgia State, one of my favorite head coaches. Anyway, back on the action here at court, the Gainesville Red Elephants. See, there's no dump button either, so when I say stupid things like that, it goes on air. We're going to get a turnover here by Brent Kelly. I keep forgetting I'm not at CBS Radio where I can just dump the dumb things I say.
Gainesville will claim that they brought on the Red Elephants before Alabama's Crimson Tide was ever brought along.
Are you calling him a liar?
I was going to say, did they also bring on the red and black before UGA did?
Ooh, good question.
Such hostility, man. That's a high school.
Sticking up for those Bulldogs.
Home of Deshaun Watson. It's a 3-point attempt here from Michael White. 42-38, 3:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter. Malik Burnett coming back the other direction. Right down the middle lane, lost control, throws it up, no call, and a late call. Malik Burnett was absolutely out of control, lost his own footing, and they're going to call a foul.
Malik Burnett still on the floor.
Got knocked down pretty hard there.
Appeared to be out of control. I don't know if I would have called that the same way, but Malik Burnett at the line for 2.
42-38, 3:14 remaining. Burnett at the line, trying to extend this out to a 6-point lead. This first one is up and in.
coaches and trainers, the Assistant Basketball Coach app is a great resource for drills, plays, and special content. Download the app today and get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your players and team.
Thank you, Ellie. That was fantastic. Back
Welcome.
to the on-court.
No problem.
Back to the on-court action here, 43-38. Burnett looking to extend that out to 6, and he does just that. 44-38, 3:14 remaining here in game number 3. Xavier Bledson with the basketball, surveys the floor. Over to the corner, over to Tipton, back up top to Bledson. Bledson down low to Minor. Minor back out to Bledson, thought about it. Takes it, step back off the front of the rim. Minor with the rebound, now back out to Kelly. Brent Kelly now over to Bledson. Bledson wants another one. This one off as well. Minor with the rebound, put back up and in. Count the basket and one.
He will go to the line. Great rebounding by Gainesville. Staying in this game with offensive rebounds.
Been absolutely impressed here with Bailey Minor in this ball game. He's been all over the floor on both ends, creating havoc on the defensive side and getting all of the little rebounds and putbacks here on the offensive end for the Red Elephants.
He's got the combination of skill and size, soft touch, great instincts, a 2-year starter. 2 more years to develop his game and see where it will take him.
Ball up top over to Douglas, now to Burnett. Burnett gets his instructions, going to hold the ball. Skip pass over to Brown. Brown, the 8th grader, picked up by Bailey Minor, who's like twice his size, literally.
Top of the key. Gainesville with great defense. Or may have gotten a reach. On down the floor goes Michael White. Can't believe the call.
Breaking news, Florida is up 7-0 on Alabama in the SEC championship game.
No way.
Chomp, chomp.
You know.
Only because I oppose the Crimson Tide. Minor.
Gainesville applying pressure.
Remember 15 weeks ago when Ellie thought that Georgia was going to be in this game?
There was talk.
Yeah.
But the SEC championship game was that day. Yep.
Trying to think positive, guys. I was trying to think positive.
ball in for Lee. Up top over to Smith. Smith is going to be checked by Minor. 2 minutes remaining down the game. Lee enjoying a 3-point lead, 44-41. Minor out there grabbing. Now to Barnett. Barnett going to be picked up by Michael White.
Stalemate here at the top of the key.
You either got to get a turnover or a 5-second call, one of the two, and they're getting rid of the ball before that can even happen. A lot of clock wasting here. Nice job is Minor.
Great job by Tipton to get that steal. Up the floor they go. 3-on-2.
Nice play over there to Minor. 43-44, 90 seconds remaining here in this game. What a classic.
It looked like they had that planned out like a minute before that happened. It went so perfectly.
Smith will be picked up by Kelly. Brent Kelly now on Tyrese Smith. Going to go to his right, over in the corner. Over to Tyner. Tyner spins baseline, challenges White, loses the ball up in the air. Minor's going to come down with it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay Lee basketball.
Little confusion from the bench to the
Now-
players.
Now Lee only leading by 1 point, 44-43. See if Gainesville can pull this off with only 1 minute left in the game.
Bledsoe underneath is going to lose the ball. We're going to get a jump ball, and it's going to be Lee basketball.
Lee manages to keep the basketball on their side of the court the whole game.
62 seconds remaining. We're going to get a 30-second timeout.
True Hoopers know you have to always get better at your craft. Download the Assistant Basketball Coach app today to get drills, plays, and content that will help you improve your game. Follow on Instagram at coach_ABC.
Looking to get a new basketball and multi-purpose court? CBA Sports can help you as your sports construction specialist for both commercial and residential projects. Visit cbasports.com and contact us to discuss your next indoor or outdoor project.
We've got a great game here, folks. Like Jeff had mentioned, 62 seconds, 44-43, lead Generals. It's a back and forth battle. It's getting gritty underneath. Rebounds are a necessity. Let's see if Gainesville can hang in this. And
Both applying great defense. I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Gainesville taking the floor. As well as the Lee Generals.
Ball still on Lee's side.
And here we go.
Lee looks to get the ball in, having a little bit of a problem. They don't have it. We're going to get a 5-second call. Nice job there by Gainesville.
Head coach Greg Brown does not agree with the call.
I think it was the right call. They just weren't paying attention.
And
Ball up top over to Michael White. Back to Kelly. Kelly over in the corner down to Bledson. Bledson down low to Minor. Minor turns around off the front of the rim. Rebound up in the air. Minor's going to come down with it. Now over to Michael White. Deep three. Knocks that down. Big time shot there for Michael White. 46-44. Final 40 seconds live here from Wheeler High School. 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic sponsored by Adidas.
no, that's exciting. It gave them the lead that they need to win this game right now.
Burnett gets away with the carry. Goes gets his shot blocked by Minor. Big time block there. Xavier Bledson comes down with it. And we're going to get a foul call. What a big-time defensive play there by Bailey Minor, the junior.
You got fans standing up, a lot of people clapping. This is exciting. Only 21 seconds left. Let's see if Lee can pull it off or if Gainesville can hold it.
Big-time shot there by Michael White. Big-time block on the other end by Bailey Minor. Gainesville's going to have to throw it in.
That may give Gainesville the life they need to hold on to this lead with 21 left in the fourth.
Got to knock down some free throws if you can get the ball in. They get it over to Minor. Minor with the basketball, turns, spins, picks it up. Up the court, almost stolen away. Kelly able to come down with it. Now gets over to White. White's going to hold, check. Does the smart thing there as Tipton told him to pull it back out. Oh, and a foul call. I'll tell you what, Gainesville got lucky with that one as that ball was going the other direction with Malik Burnett. Looks like it should be a 1-and-1.
Yeah, if Burnett would have gotten a hold of that ball, I think he would have made it down to the other side of the court for a basket.
No, they're going to say side out here for Gainesville. They're going to get in over to Minor. Minor's going to get pushed from behind. Easy call there is Brandon Powell's going to get called for the foul. That's only the fifth foul here on Lee. They'll got two more before they're in the bonus. They're going to get into White. And you can only assume we're going to see one more as well. Next foul here, they're going to be in the single bonus. It's only the 16th foul, so everyone gets you in the single bonus. I don't really know what they're asking for.
7.5 seconds remaining.
They get it into Xavier Bledson. 7.1 on the clock, 46-44. Bledson will go to the line to extend this out to a 2-possession lead.
Gainesville just recently taking the lead in this fourth quarter after trailing for most of the game.
And if they're smart here, if he knocks down both of these, you allow them to go down and score, and then you don't touch the basketball again. And this one is not going to be any good. They're going to fight for the rebound. We're going to get a travel call. No, they're not.
Lee.
Wow. Wow, they got away with one there. 5 seconds on the clock. Lee gets a timeout. Should have been a travel.
Seems to be some discussion between head coach Benji Wood and the referee, players, assistants, everybody's involved.
It's a full timeout. We're going to stay here, though, with it as there's only 5 seconds left in the game, and the way that these timeouts have gone, they won't come back into play until, it'll be like a 20-second full timeout, the way it's gone here the first few games. Coming up next, we got Southwest Atlanta Christian taking on Westlake. Westlake, the defending 6A state champions. They've moved up to 7A when that class was created this year. Their football team lost last night in the state semifinals to Roswell, 28-0. 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic, sponsored by Adidas. They've got a lot of events, a lot of giveaways, some great basketball tonight. we'll keep you entertained right here on SUVtv. And as always, you can go back and you check out the archive calls too if you missed anything.
As two teams take the floor, 5 seconds remaining, 46-44. It's about as good as you can get. Gainesville applying full court pressure. 2 big men at half court.
They're gonna get over to Smith. Smith with 3 seconds. 2 seconds at half court, stops, pops, top of the key, off the front of the rim. Got the shot he wanted, and Gainesville's gonna come back. They were down 7 with 2 minutes left. They're gonna come back. They're gonna win the ball game. 46-44 to end game number 3 here, the 2016 Wheeler Basketball Classic. Final thoughts.
Great game for Gainesville. Way to stay in this. Came back in about the last couple minutes and gutted that one out. Great game by Bailey Minor. Offensive, defensive boards. Great work.
Defensively, both teams were on it. They were both fighting for the ball, and it made for a great game.
Absolutely, great job, guys. When we come back, we'll bring you Westlake, Southwest Atlanta Christian right here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.